This is Michael Dawes, Director of Public Relations at Barton Community College, and you're tuned in to Cougar Paws on KVGB 1590 AM. Today we're talking with Teresa Johnson and Jamie Oss, editors of the new literary magazine called Prairie Ink. They're also English instructors at the college. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
And the new literary magazine, obviously, we know that about it. Explain to our listeners what they can expect from Prairie Ink regarding prose and poetry. We'll start with you, Jamie.
Well, I think that the readers of this new literary magazine can expect that we'll have some recognizable poetry, some memoirs, and maybe we'll have some new and interesting forms of poetry and literature that they may not be as used to. But of course, literature and poetry is always evolving, and we want those emerging writers as well as those experienced writers to submit work to us, and we're looking forward to that.
Okay, and as I currently know, maybe that information's changed, our deadline is April 1st, so obviously we want them to get it in here within the next couple of weeks. So let's go over how that might happen. How can they get that information to you? Yeah, go ahead, Teresa. We'll have you answer that.
We do have a website, and it's www.prairieink.bartonccc.edu, and the submission requirements as far as how we want the submissions formatted and so forth is available there, as is our email address to make submissions to the magazine. So we're hoping to get quite a few more before April 1st.
Okay. And a literary magazine, you know, it's not necessarily a first for Barton for topics back then. But there were some student publications and things that, you know, they had a literary slant toward them in that regard. But how did this literary magazine come to be?
Our Dean of Academics, Dr. Rick Abel, recognized a need for us to provide a venue for those in our community, our students, and our faculty, anyone served by us in our 7-county area. Recognize that need that for an outlet, and we have marvelous outlets for music and for instrumental music, and but we also have a lot of writers, and we wanted to give them a place to share their voices with us.
And some nights ago, obviously, we had this musical that was absolutely wonderful. And being a community college and incorporating the community into our college, a lot of talented actors were able to come in and provide that to the community. Seems obvious that we probably have the same as far as talent goes with writers and poets right here in our own community that could have an opportunity to provide that information to the community as well.
Yes, absolutely. You know that I am new to the community. I've been here since August, and I tell you, I'm thrilled every time I go to something that the college puts on, a music program, instrumental music program, and I see community members part and parcel with our students, and I think how much richer all of our experiences are for the participation of our community members who might not necessarily be students of the college. And I know, because we've already received submissions from community members, I know that our magazine will be richer for it as well.
Yeah, that's a question. Obviously, we're hoping that more people submit, but you've already got some people who have already done so. Teresa, how has that gone so far?
So far we have about 10 submissions, both from community members and from students at the college. Again, I don't know about Jamie, but I've had several students just come up in the last day or two and double check on the deadline, and so we're expecting to have quite a bit more before April the 1st.
And is it pretty much anything that anybody writes is fair game to be in this first magazine that you guys are going to have, or are there certain categories?
We're looking for creative types of writing, whether that's short fiction or poetry or even creative autobiography, memoirs, even to the point where we're accepting dramas, short plays, and also graphic narratives, so stories that are told both with text as well as with illustration.
Okay, and do you guys have like a limit on number of words, that sort of thing?
We're limiting it to 5,000 words simply because we would prefer to have a richer variety of literature instead of one or two pieces that take up half the magazine. So we're looking for a wide variety, but within a certain limit of words.
Okay, so whoever's working on that War and Peace manuscript, you might want to hold it till the next publication,
Exactly.
possibly.
Maybe we could serialize that one.
So, Jamie, what has that process been like the first time through? Obviously, it's your first time of doing this particular magazine, but what's that process been like so far?
Well, it's been controlled chaos. It's been marvelous experience, and but it's that time period where we're answering a lot of questions. Some that outside people come and ask us, and then we find out we needed to answer those. So it's been marvelous to have so much input, and we're looking forward to working through to the end of this process, and hoping that next year, when the second annual comes out, that it will be one that maybe will go a little more smoothly. And certainly we're looking forward to being able to request submissions a little sooner than we did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to get into more of this first publication coming up when we come back from our commercial break. So this is Michael Dawes saying we'll be back after these messages.